Hello, guys. I just wanted to share some of the books that I've read. I mean, I've read a lot this year, but 10 stood out the most for me. And the thing is, these 10 may not return this year. They were either written a few years back or a few decades ago. I just now got the time to, read these books. Yeah. So, these 10 books, at number 10, it's Mahagata, 100 Trails from the Puranas, written by Satyarth Nayak. So I'm someone who has always been fascinated about mythology, Hindu mythology, stories, right? The tradition, the culture, and everything. So this book, the story is right from the conception of, when universe was created, right? The gods, the Rakshasas, the devils, and the fights, and the Puranas, and the epics, and everything. So this book gave me a different perspective to all these stories that I've heard since childhood, right? So this book I'm putting at number 10 because most of the stories I've already read in my childhood, but this gave me a different flavor or different perspective towards it. At number 9 is a book I think most of you might have read or heard about before, and it's The God of Small Things by Arundhati Roy. So this book is something that completely took me away from mythology and everything towards the everyday life of women, and how women are treated in generally in everyday life, and the societal rules and stigma that women have to face in everyday life, right? So this book just gave me a completely whole different perspective about it. And the one thing I really liked about this was that the women, freedom and reality was something in a thin line of blur that most of us don't realize they don't, you know most of the time have, right? So this book was something that really changed my perspective towards everyday life of women, right? Number 8, this is a book that has got me back into the kind of story that we would listen to, or hear, or would get fascinated when we are you know during our childhood times, right? So it is Flora and Ulysses by Kate D. Camillo, right? And this is about a girl, right, who saves a squirrel, right? And the squirrel gains superpower, and then she becomes the sidekick to the squirrel and everything. And then she and the squirrels, they start to um, you know uh, save all those people who are depressed or they're lonely, and it's basically a soulful, cozy, calm, healing kind of a book, but with adventurous and children tropes that usually hooks the readers, right? And I really loved reading this book. The seventh book is The Courtesan, the Mahatma, and the Italian Brahmin, written by Manuel Pillai. And this book is short essays and stories written by him about lesser known Indian public figures, right, before the British Raj, during the British Raj, and after the British Raj, right? And this completely hooked me, right, because this was during the industrial, imperial British Raj era of India, right? And having to know about figures that we have not heard before about, right? And giving a new perspective towards everyday life during the era where India was oppressed by British and everything, right? So it gave me a completely different picture about how Indians were lived, or even public figures they lived during the time when India was colonized and everything. At number 6 is a book I think most of you might have heard about. It's Think Like a Monk by Jay Shetty. And this book was something that made me look into myself more, and also motivated me in many areas and perspective, right? In everyday life, an aspect of our livelihood, how we can change small things and outlook and how we talk and behave and everything, right? So this book is one of those books that I would recommend to people who want to know a newer version of themselves, right? The fifth book that hit me the most, or that I would recommend to a lot, is it's so heavy. Um, Warpath, Walking the Battlefields of the Cholas by Ramesh Vangipuram. And this book is about the Cholas, right? Since their inception, even during the Sangam era, and how they were, slowly rising as the imperial Cholas and everything. And then Rajaraj Chola, Rajendra Chola, and their conquest and their patronage, their science, literature, their administration, and how Rajendra Chola went beyond the seas and captured the Srivijaya Empire, that is modern day Indonesia, Malaysia, Singapore, and everything, right? So this book is something that brought me back into the golden age of Tamil literature, or Tamil empire and kingdoms during the Chola rule, right? And this is a very well written, researched book per se, and I would recommend to all Tamil history lovers who want to read this book. The fourth book that I would love to recommend and I loved reading is That Year at Manikoil by Aditi Krishna Kumar. This book is about a 10-year-old Raji, right, and her brother who goes to participate in the World War II, and she, along with her family, her mother, right, they move back from Madras to go and stay with her grandfather in their village. And it shows the political upheaval, right, the end climax period of the British Raj, the peak moment of World War II and how it affected India and the people, and the trauma that she carries as a childhood, scenarios that she witnessed during her childhood, and all these things that she has witnessed at a young age, right? And that was beautifully portrayed, right, from her perspective, and how as a child she sees things and understands and perceives whatever is happening in front of her, right? So this is one of those few books that would genuinely open your eyes, you know about a real life scenario, but from a different person's point of view, which you would never expect, right? The third book is Blue Sisters by Coco Mellers, which is in fact the first book that I got, right? um, and this is about um, four sisters, right? All with different personalities and behavioral characteristics, and how their mundane life affects the life of other sisters, and their bond and that sisterhood that they have within between each other, right? That was something that was very beautifully written and portrayed by the author, and I really love to read stories that portray characters in their mundane life and not someone you know um, you know with real hard life struggles. When a character is portrayed like that, that really connects me with their character arc and the depth of their characterism and everything, right? So that as a reader connects me to the book even more, and it engages me towards the end of the book, right? So this is a book that I would recommend really to all the sisters in the world, right? So if you have not read this book, so this is a book that you should really read. So it would help you realize how you are different, from your other sisters and everyone, right? So this is a book that I would really um, uh, recommend to everyone, and I also really loved reading this book. The second book is probably a bit controversial for me to show, or probably not, but this is something that I really loved reading, because it gave me a different perspective of him. When I say him, I'll tell who. So it's Adolf Hitler, his biography written by John Toland, right? And this is something that gave me a different perspective of a person that for decades has been portrayed as a villain, or arguably the most hated person of the 20th century, right? So it tells right from his birth, his childhood, right, in Austria till his suicide in 1945. So the different aspects of his life, right, his rise as an, childhood to a painter and an artist, but then, he gets into the World War I, and then he enters into the Nazi party and everything that he does, and whatever happened is rest is history. We all know, right? So this is one of the book that took me quite some time to understand, because there were a lot that I personally did not know about him before I read about him from this book, right? So I would recommend this book to the people who actually genuinely want to understand about him, right? And without any expectations or skepticism that we usually have about him, right? Without that, just go and read about him from this book, and you will understand about him in a differently whole new perspective. The book that impacted me the most, or the one that I genuinely did not expect I would read this, um, because this is a book that my uh, you know friend recommended to me, right? And when I read this, I was like in complete shock, right? The complete um, a profound shock that I felt after reading this book was something that I did not expect, and that is Brahmin Genocide by Asi. So in this book, it basically speaks about the hate crime, right? Brahmins have faced across the subcontinent of India, and how different communities have always tried to portray Brahmins as people who always think they are on the right moral path, but they do not get the right to live, right? And people hate crime toward Brahmins, right? And how they were massacred, and like for example the Kashmiri Pandits, right, in the north and even in south as well. There has been a lot of hate crime towards Brahmins, right? So this book just gave me a complete narrative, and an eye opener to the not only Brahmins per se, but to the extinction of that Sanatan Dharma, or that Hinduism, or whatever you want to call it as, right? The identity of the ancient people who have lived here for centuries, right? So the hate crime that has always been within these people towards certain group of people called as Brahmins, right? So this book completely shook me to the core, and that is the reason why I kept this as my number one pick, because this is something that I did not expect to you know make me reflect upon the realities of the world and everything. It is highly philosophical, highly uh, how to say, a book that would make you question where do we stand nowadays as a human in the world, right? Not and this book made me think about all these kind of factors. As I said in the beginning of the video, um, I did read a lot of books, but these 10, kind of impacted me the most in different kind of genres that I read. So now that you guys know the kind of genre that I would normally read, like fiction, non-fiction, biographies, documentaries, or whatever it is, right? Um, Whatever, if you have any recommendations of a book that you guys wish for me to read, or you want me to speak about, right? So please comment down below, and yeah, see you guys in the next video.